Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In case we haven't met, my name is Taylor and I am a web and graphic designer sharing tips on creating mindfully and living intentionally. Today we are going to be talking about how I organize my entire life using colors and emojis and a little bit of everything in between. First, I wanted to say thank you to you all because we have reached 100 subscribers. And I'm excited because it's like validation that people are actually appreciating my content. I think as with any new content creator, there's always that fear of if people will like my videos that I put out and stuff like that. But I mean, we're here at 100, and to show my appreciation, I am doing a giveaway. So to 3 of my lucky subscribers, I am going to be giving away one paid product of their choice from my online store. In case you haven't checked out my store, you can go to coffee.com/pen.paper and see all of the digital products and offerings that I have. And if you see something that interests you, all you have to do to enter the giveaway is give this video a thumbs up and leave a positive comment down below. I'm going to leave the giveaway open for about 2 weeks. I think that that's a decent amount of time, but given that this is my first giveaway, I'm not sure if that's enough time, but there'll be more giveaways in the future, so this is just like a test to see how this thing goes. But anyways, thank you all again so much for supporting me, and now let's get on with the video. So over the past couple of weeks, maybe even like 2 months now, I have been exploring a lot of ADHD resources, and although I haven't been officially diagnosed with ADHD, I have found that a lot of the resources out there are helping me just organize my life, and I'm relating to a lot of it. So that's why I'm saying that this video is like ADHD-friendly ? Because I'm not sure if it actually is, but this is just based on my own personal experience with the resources that I've been finding, and I'm hoping that this helps regardless of where you are on the spectrum. Yeah, I just wanted to put that disclaimer in so you all could see what my intention was for putting that. But let's dive into the system that I am using across 3 platforms right now, which is Notion, Todoist, and Google Calendar. Let's jump in. Okay, so we are here in my Notion, and I'm going through Notion first because this is where I planned out my life's organization system. So we'll be here for about most of the video, but that's just simply because I want to show you everything from start to finish, and I think you all will better see how I started and then how I finished if I take you through Notion first. So on this page, you will see that I have 5 sections: color codes, icons and emojis, the number system, calendar and scheduling, and how I think. Now, I'm leaving the how I think section alone, which I know sounds weird given the title of the video, but that section I am still going through, and I don't want to show you all anything that will most likely change in the future. So we are going to start with the first 4. The first section is the color codes, and the very first thing I did before I even color coded anything was I made a list of all of the areas in my life and what I wanted to track specifically. So you'll see I have a toggle list hidden here, which is what I started off with. After I initially made my list of everything that I wanted to track, I started grouping them by like-minded things. So for example, I put all the business stuff together, anything that related to me personally together, and then I have some home stuff that I grouped together as well. And then with a mix of color psychology and also how I already associate certain colors with things, I went ahead and gave each of these a color. And I'll move myself over so y'all can better see this. So you'll see I have red for business, orange for clients, yellow for creativity, so on and so forth. And then green is my favorite color, so of course I had to make the personal section green. Now, after I made this list and I color coded it, I'll go over the emojis in a second, but you'll see that I have this table here. I like tables a little bit better than lists sometimes because, especially when things have a specific category, I need to kind of see it in both a horizontal and vertical view. And so you'll see I have everything divided into those same life areas that I talked about. And in addition to grouping them by category, I also put the systems that I plan to use for each of these sections. So for example, for family, I keep that in Google Calendar, but for business, I keep that in Notion and Google Drive. After I made this list for all of my color codes and life areas, I started working on the icons and emojis. And this was probably the most important step for me because I am a visual learner, and sometimes seeing specific graphics can help me better understand and process information faster than if I only see colors. So that's why I decided to use icons and emojis as well. The first one that you'll see is the life pillar, and this is represented by a star icon, and you'll see a great example of this here in Notion. You'll see here on the left, I have all of most of my life pillar categories here, and I have the star icon not only to show it's an important part of my life, but also for search purposes, because when you are building your Notion, you can end up getting a lot of results in search depending on what you're looking for. So I wanted to be able to see that star and know that that was like a specific life category and not some random page. And I felt like this would better help me find what I'm looking for faster than going through separate pages in Notion that really weren't what I was looking for. And then going back up just to show you the emojis that I used for those life pillars, you'll see that I have like a briefcase to represent admin stuff for my business. I have the handshake to represent client projects, the seedling for personal because I always associate that with growth, and plants are also my favorite thing in the whole world. I picked emojis that I wouldn't forget, but also that I would like naturally associate when I was thinking of these things. And you'll see below, I have a couple of more emojis. These are ones that I primarily use for Google Calendar, which I will show you later. And this is when I want to make something kind of significant on my calendar, such as the green tea for self-care or the tree icon for going outside and reconnecting with nature. All of this helps me quickly see at a glance how I'm spending my week when I'm looking at my calendar, and then I can say, oh, I wasn't really active this week. Let me go ahead and schedule some workouts in or something like that. After those two, I worked on the number system. This was specifically for Google because Google automatically organizes your calendars and your Google Drive based on name, and you can't really customize it past that. I decided to organize my calendar and files based on priority and importance of deadlines, and not specifically if it was an important area of my life. So for example, my relationships are the most important thing in my life, but I wouldn't consider a client meeting that I have tomorrow at 11 more important than playing a game with some friends, if that makes sense. So this allows me to see, okay, with all of the business stuff that I have going on this week, what are the deadlines and projects that I have to work on? What meetings do I have scheduled? And then I have, social outings and things like that scheduled underneath. So this was just a little hack for me to organize all of my stuff in Google in the way that I wanted, instead of Google auto sorting it, and then I may not really process things as easily. So this calendar and scheduling area was really a chance for me to set boundaries with myself, because I am a bit of a workaholic, and that's for a lot of reasons, but the biggest one is that I always have so many things running through my brain that I feel obligated to work on something at that moment in order to explore that idea or something. So I told myself, if I'm going to be quote unquote working so much, I need to set boundaries on what I'm going to work on or how I'm going to keep myself busy. And so you'll see for the first section, I'm only taking meetings on certain days, and I am using military time because that's just what I've always used, and my granddad served in the military. Also, I feel like seeing a certain military time carries more weight to how I'm spending the day. So for example, if I see 5 p.m. on the clock, I'm like, oh, it's early. But if I see 1700 hours, it's like, whoa, 17 hours of my day have gone by. I really need to hurry up and get this stuff done. So it's all about the mentality. You'll also see that I'm only working on client projects and business stuff Monday through Friday. And this has been game changing because once that clock hits 6 o'clock, I don't have to worry about client obligations or working on an email that I have to send. Like, those are my business hours, and it allows me to separate my business and personal life, as I said. But it also is like, okay, you've been waiting all day to work on this idea. Now it's 6 o'clock, you get to go work on that. So it's a bit of a reward. And I just really enjoy having that deadline and that mentality of knowing, okay, you have until 6 to get this done. So it does help me work. Also, within Google Calendar, I have 2 different ways that I schedule activities. I have time blocks, which are designated hours that I'm spending on things that are a priority for the day. And then I have the actual Google Calendar goals, but those are my intentions, things that I would like to do for the day, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. So I use that for journaling or workouts or anything that's kind of like unsure if I'll have time for. One feature about the Google Calendar goals is that it does automatically adjust when you can do it based on your schedule. So I really like how dynamic it is. Lastly, I have this section called theme days, and this is where, based on like all of my family obligations, household, business, just everything that's going on, I was like, okay, I know that I will need to have a focus when I sit down every day during the week and know what my intentions are, what I'm planning to do, all of that other stuff. So I grouped everything into days. For example, on Mondays and Thursdays, those are the only days that I can film YouTube videos, which kind of sucks, but there's not really much I can do about it. And it has been stressful for me because it's like, if I miss a day of filming, that puts pressure on that one other day in the week to get it done. And sometimes that leads to me not being able to post as consistently as I would like to. So I think going forward, I'm going to post one video every 2 weeks. I mean, if I am able to do it weekly, I will let you all know, but I think that's how I'm going to have to go moving forward in order to reduce the stress and things like that. And now we are going to go into Todoist. Okay, now I am going to show you how some of those systems that I talked about come into play into Todoist, which is my day-to-day brain dump / to-do list manager. The main 2 areas that I spend on Todoist are the inbox and the today views. The inbox is where I put anything that needs to get done or any new ideas that I have. I try not to worry about the context too much or the details. I just need to get it out of my brain because I do have a pretty bad memory. So, only having to remember that I need to dump it in one place instead of wondering what that idea was has greatly helped me not feel as stressed about losing ideas. And then the today view is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a list of everything that I need to get done in a day. And I like how if something's overdue, I can quickly reschedule them from here. And you'll see here on the left, I have those same categories with the colors that I talked about, as well as the emojis. On the systems page, I had business and then clients and creativity. But for Todoist, putting clients above it was mainly for a user interface reason, because if I wanted to quickly move this task to clients, If this was below business, I'd have to go like scroll past all of these sections and then do clients. And I was like, no, when it's a client thing, I need to add it to that section quickly. So I moved clients above it, and that has helped me, prioritize my tasks a little bit faster. Also, a little bit of a pro tip / workaround for Todoist. On the free plan, which is what I have, you are limited to 5 projects before you have to upgrade. And you'll see that I already have 5 projects here, which is pretty decent for right now because I haven't really had the need to upgrade. But the workaround I've noticed is just using the filters and labels and then favoriting them here so I can group related tasks together past the 5 projects that I'm limited to, and I can still get done everything that I need to. So M is the subcontractor, one of the subcontractors that I work with. So I can just click here and see everything that she and I need to work on together, which is great. So that way I don't have to go to business and then go to the, some kind of random section and start searching all over the place. So, okay, last but not least, we are here in Google Calendar, which is where I think everything comes together. And I will talk about the visuals first. So in order to get this custom background, I am using this extension here, custom calendar background. It's a Google Chrome extension. Yeah, so I can do a light overlay, dark overlay. I can put the image URL, do the monthly images, which Google automatically picks, and then you can just do a specific color. So that is what I am using to get this textured effect in the background, and I'm really liking it so far, but you all know that I really like darker colors, so I'm probably going to change this. The next thing will be the colors. So you'll see if you click the 3 dots and then go to the plus icon, you can put in the hex color for the hex code for the color that you want, and I just did that for all of these. If you remember on the systems page, I had like blue for family. So I do have a blue here. Let's see, for the social, I had a purple. So this is kind of a purple, but like a little bit more warm, earthy, kind of on brand. And, if I'm going to be looking at my calendar all day, I want colors that make me feel excited to look at my schedule and plan out things. So this is why I chose this color palette. You'll notice at the top here, I have these content days and they have the stars here. So I know like today is actually a business admin day, and I do have some stuff planned in between and for the rest of the day. Like for example, I have a branding meeting at 6:30 that I have to do. So I'm not supposed to be filming today, but this was a last minute thing, and hopefully I can actually get the video out today for you guys. Yesterday was content, so I did get an hour filming maybe, and then you all can see with the yellow exactly when I plan to content write and things like that. And then I will talk about the emojis, the sneaker icon that I talked about. Let's go here. It looks different in Notion versus in Google Calendar, but it is the same icon. And this lets me know, hey, you're going to be active this week. And so I can see like when my workouts are scheduled. And I actually did work out yesterday. So I am going to say did it. And then it's just going to put a slash through. I also have this house or home, one of the emojis for household. And this is just where I'm cleaning up and taking out the trash, all that kind of stuff. And then I have my camera, my video camcorder icon to let me know when I'm going to be filming or working on video edits specifically, so you can see how much time I'll have to spend on that this week. I did hide my client and family calendars for privacy purposes, so it does look a bit empty here, but there is stuff all over the place. And then you'll see I have a tree icon here because what I do, I'll do another video on my resets, but on Sundays, I see what the weather is going to be like for the week. And Friday and Saturday, the weather is going to be really nice. It's actually going to be nice the whole weekend. So I was like, yeah, I will definitely get outside and do something, mainly because I'm in the north and it has been pretty chilly for the past couple of months, so I'm excited. So you will see with the tree icon here, I am actually planning to record outside, and as I said earlier, looking at when I'm going to be working out, when I'm going to be recording content for YouTube, when I'm going to be able to work outside, when I have any writing projects, anything like that. It really gives me context on how I'm spending my time during the week and if I have a healthy balance between business and personal, for example. In a future video, I will probably give a more in-depth tour of how exactly I plan my week from start to finish. But I just wanted to show you all here exactly what that looks like with the system that I started in Notion and how I actually implemented it in Google Calendar. All right, everyone, that is it for the short and sweet tour of how my brain works as a graphic designer and business owner. I decided to put these bits of information into smaller videos instead of you having to watch one that's hours long. So I hope you all like this format better, and give a thumbs up if you like this type of content so I know that you guys want to see more. Oh, don't forget to enter in the giveaway by leaving a positive comment. And in 2 weeks when I post my next video, I'll be announcing the 3 lucky winners who will be getting the free products. So don't forget to enter, and thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Much love.